The world is filled with things we do not understand, and the more we try to make sense of them, the more complicated they get. One thing in particular that has baffled a number of scientists is the story behind our existence. How did we come to be? What happens around us? Are we alone? Today, we are going to look at 5 creepiest and scariest theories about our existence. Number 5. The sixth mass extinction. The sixth mass extinction is one of the realest and scariest theories about our existence. We've all heard the story of the dinosaurs and how the unforeseen asteroid wiped them out of existence, together with 75% of the Earth's species. Year after year, discoveries are being made to further support what happened those millions of years ago. The death of the dinosaurs and other Earth species led to the birth of more adaptive species. Now the question is, what if something similar happens again to give birth to new species? Scientists are calling it the sixth mass extinction. They have come up with a number of occurrences that could cause this and potentially wipe us out of existence. Some of them are actually happening, but are not yet potentially catastrophic to the entire globe. A volcanic eruption is one scenario that could drive us to extinction. There are a number of mountains around the world, and whereas some sit dormant, others are active, and an eruption could be very catastrophic. Eruptions would release huge amounts of debris into the atmosphere, plunging the Earth into a long period of darkness. This may go for months. Plants being deprived of sunlight would eventually die, and this would consequently lead to the death of animals and human beings. The story of Pompeii shows you just how destructive this could be. Another scenario is an asteroid collision. Now this may just wipe out the entire planet. If it happened to the dinosaurs, don't you think it might just happen again? We also have the scenario of the growing population and declining resources. Scientists are reporting an increase in the number of animal deaths. Global warming and deforestation are becoming rapid around the world, causing the oceans to heat up and climate to change. Soon there may not be anything to eat. We may actually be slowly causing our own extinction. Number 4. It's all an illusion. What if the world we live in is all an illusion put into our brain? This theory, commonly known as brain in a vat, argues that the brain acts as a source of all consciousness. It states that the brain can be controlled externally, separate from all your body parts. To further explain this, imagine a scenario where an intelligent being gets access to your brain, places it inside a solution, and then connects it with a machine that sends a number of signals into your brain, creating a very realistic perception of an unreal world. The theory claims that for all we know, we could be in a huge simulation. Sounds creepy, right? Well, it could be real, but who knows? The world you live in could just be an illusion constantly fed into your brain. Everything you are and everything you see could all be in your mind, or probably a big dream you cannot wake up from. The theory of the world being a perception of our brain was first introduced by the Greek philosopher Gorgias. He believed that nothing exists, and if it does, we know nothing about it. His theory would further be embraced by a number of other philosophers over the years, such as the likes of George Berkeley and Descartes. They claim that our existence and reality as we see cannot be proven as something other than a perception by our brain. The theory has, however, been bombarded with a number of questions and criticism. For example, why would we not create a world free from cancer and all other threatening sicknesses? I mean, we're making our own reality, aren't we? So why not make it worthwhile to live in? To answer this, the philosophers claim that even in dreams we have good and bad dreams, and we are rarely aware that we are dreaming. So the theory could function in the same way. Number 3. The Fermi Paradox and the Great Filter. The Fermi Paradox remains a mystery up to this day. The Fermi Paradox tries to look into the question of why don't we see any intelligent life if the universe is supposedly filled with them. According to Fermi, there are billions of stars in our galaxy. Some of the stars have similar features to our Sun, and also they may have planets similar to Earth. This means that these planets may have intelligent life. So why haven't we had any contact with them yet? The Fermi Paradox states that if other civilizations exist, then they are probably so advanced that they would not bother to contact us. Now the Great Filter tries to explain this differently. According to the Great Filter theory, There exists a great filter that wipes out a planet before the life within has a chance to fully explore other civilizations. That does sound scary. So we have to ask ourselves, if the great filter does indeed exist, what is its connection to our existence? Well, we can pick 3 scenarios. The first one is that we are already past the great filter and have made it. Though rare that it is, one potential likelihood, and it means that we are lucky and safe as well. The second one is we are early. This means that other universes have not gotten the chance and time to develop intelligent life. The third one is the filter is in the future. So for example, if our space explorers were to find life in another planet like Mars, it could be that the filter does lie ahead. In such a scenario, we would be doomed. It cannot be fully established if the great filter does exist at all. For all we know, it could just remain a mystery, but with our constant exploration of other planets, we may soon find out. If it does exist, we better pray that we are already past it. Number 2. The multiverse theory. The multiverse theory assumes that there are a number of realities out there. It discounts any proportions of the Earth being unique. This theory has been wildly popularized in comic books, games, and movies. The DC and Marvel comics, for example, are said to be set in alternate universes which form a part of the multiverse. Some popular movies that adopt this concept include Star Trek, Mirror Universe, and Chronicles of Narnia. The theory also argues that there may be other versions of us in a parallel universe. In this other parallel universe, we may have made different decisions that led to us taking different paths. As for the question of whether you are good or evil in the other universe, we cannot explain. After the Big Bang Theory, it is said that the small particles started combining to form bigger pieces, and hence the development of galaxies, planets, and stars. Now, there being countless number of galaxies, stars, and planets formed during the Big Bang, there could be a huge possibility that these combinations ended up in the same place, making another you, a doppelganger, you might say. Of course, the parallel universe is not the only theory used to explain the multiverse. There are a couple of other theories that do the same, such as the infinite universes, the bubble universes, the daughter universes, and the mathematical universes. Number 1. The false vacuum theory. Now here is another theory certain to send chills down your spine. The theory describes our universe as a false phase state of a bigger universe. This means that our universe is temporary, and one day the false vacuum will pop, returning the bigger universe back to its usual state. That is pretty scary. To think that one day our entire universe will just go away? To give you a deeper understanding of this theory, we are going to explain it in a more scientific way. So what happens according to this theory is that quantum fields are trying to move from their current high energy state to a lower energy state. We can describe quantum fields as simply rules that must be followed by the tiniest levels of matter. The quantum fields are said to be stable in their lowest energy state. Now the problem here is that the Higgs field, which is part of the quantum fields, is unstable and is in a false vacuum state. The fact that it is unstable means that it still has some energy. A trigger of this energy would cause a stable Higgs field, which would move at a speed of light, destroying everything in its path. All that would remain would be a void, and we all know nothing exists there.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe because we upload videos every week. In the meantime, you can watch our previous upload. We'll see you in the next video.